Hey guys, and welcome to another customization tutorial. My name is Roberto George and I'll be guiding you through this customization process. So we're here with the project already opened, and first of all we're going to check the project structure very quickly. We're gonna find the first composition here, which is the composition that we want to render when we have everything in place. And then we have 4 folders here, one with placeholders, one with all the assets that we use in the project that can be replaced, and one with the pre-comps. You only need these for well, not for much. I tried to simplify it the much as I could, and in here probably you just want to use this one if you want to change the butterfly aspect. And the solids folder. Okay, so we're going to start with the placeholders folder, and in here we're gonna find the folders with the elements that we need to customize to get the template going. As I said, I'm customizing the boy version, but the girl version works the same way, only the graphics and a few colors changes. So the way of changing is exactly the same for both of them. Okay, so we're going to start with the photos, so we can see something in here, because at the moment we only have these placeholders. And inside the photos folder you are going to find 3 folders, one with photos, which are the placeholders, and all we have to do is right click, replace footage, file, and choose the file that we are going to use. I'm going to use the same as I used on the preview, so 00. And regarding adjusting, we will check that in a moment, because my pictures are in a much higher resolution than the placeholder. So number 1, replace right click, replace footage, file, and the process is a bit repetitive. Right click, replace footage, file. Of course you can also go to your folder where the placeholders are, and if you rename a folder with your photos and bring them here, replacing these, once you open the project they are already inside the project, and you only have to adjust them. Usually I use this system, but either works, so let's skip with this one. Replace footage file number 4, and replace footage file number 5. I'm going to replace enough for 2 pages. Okay, 6 and 7. Okay, so now we have enough photos for the first 2 pages. I'm going to close this folder, and I'm going to open the folder named photos placeholders, which are the compositions for each photo. And I'm going to select, I'm going to left click and then pressing shift, I'm going to select till placeholder 7, and then with the shift pressed I'm going to double click. So I'm going to open all of these, and now I want to select my photo and press S for scale, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Let's just check. Okay, that's for the cover, which is placeholder 0, and then the same with placeholder 1. Gonna press S for scale and scale it down. Okay, number 2, the same. You can adjust the photo any way you like. I'm gonna undo this part, and same, S for scale. You can of course right click and transform, fit to comp with. Usually I don't use the fit to comp because some pictures are in different aspect ratios, and if you press fit to comp they will look squeezed, so usually I use fit to comp wide or fit to comp height depending on a picture, or just the scale depending on the way that you like to work. Okay. Full of chocolate. My son. Okay, and number 7. Okay. As you know, this is a process that is very repetitive, so I'm making only 7 placeholders, and for tutorial purposes it's more than enough, because this past few minutes I believe that you already are bored watching me replacing photos. But here we are. Once we adjust them in these compositions, we have them perfectly fit in the album or in the book. Okay. So this part is made. We have another folder, as I said. It's the frames, individual frames, and all we have here is the respective placeholder and the frame, which we are going to customize in a minute. Nothing special here, but I wanted to, instead of placing it on the pre-comps, I wanted to put it somewhere very handy. So if we need to use it to, let's say, add another element to an individual frame, let's say that I wanted in this particular frame put a football cartoon here, football ball cartoon here, or a star or anything. So we could place it individually. The only thing that we need to change here, if we put an element that goes outside those boundaries, was to go to composition settings, and I'm going to drag it to this monitor and increase the size of our frame, which we are not going to do now, but it's an idea, so I wanted to keep this handy. Okay, so photos, we can close this. We go to the text, then we have the title for the cover, which is the title that we see in the beginning. The moment is My Adventures Book. We can, by the way, you have the link in the project folder for the font used. It's the Flubber font. Double click and let's put my new book title. Very original. Okay, so here we are. Okay, we can solve this in various ways. One of them would be, and I think this was what I did in the preview. Just resize the last word of the book, and there we go, above the grass. And we can also, but we go there in a minute, we can also move all the elements in the cover, so we can arrange it in another way. But at the moment it looks okay, so we're going to leave as it is. And now we are going to change the first text, which is message board 1, 10 pages, 10 text placeholders, and 1 for the title, so makes 11 placeholders. So for the message board, I decided to include this instead of just the text placeholder. I decided to leave the actual board so you can see the boundaries until you can write to. So I'm going to leave the hide there, and I'm going to put I am where to, and I want to decrease a little bit here. Okay, so now we have I am Roberto. I'm going to disable layer control so we can see better. Let's change another one. Okay, so message board number 2. Here we have, and let's say my second message here. So whatever we need to write in the second placeholder, and if we go back to our composition, there it is, my second message here, which we just changed. And that's it for the titles. You can of course add more, but regarding the basic customization, all you have to do is replace all of them, and the process is always the same, so no point in repeating. Okay, photos and texts are done. Let's go, today we are going from bottom to top. Other elements, let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have let's start with this one, pages floor. So this, if you want to change the way your page looks, let's go here to a higher position. Okay, you can see the color of the page, and with this lighter green passage, which you can disable it. You can, I'm gonna new solid, let's go to this one, and let's put let's say I wanted a yellow floor or something like that. Just messing around here. So we just changed the color. It's very similar, so let's put another color here. Let's make a red. No, orange. Let me use orange. Okay, which is not a very common color for the floor, but just to show you that it's easy as this. You can add any element here, and it will show in the floor. So it's up to you to change it or not, and change colors. If you want to change them in color, all you have to do is go to layer solid settings and make another color, or go to effect and color correction and apply, let's say, a hue and saturation effect. Let's put colorize, and you can play around with many colors. So gonna get different styles. Okay, so pages floor is to change the floor, but the floor of the actual book, the floor that's inside the book. And then we have bottom pages. bottom pages will represent this area here, which now matches the color of our floor page. So if you want to change, let's say you change this to, I shouldn't have removed the effect, I'm losing time now. Let's say we put you to, what was it? No, let's put purple. Okay, increase the saturation. Let's see what we have. So very ugly color in this set. It's not an ugly color, but in this set it's not nice. So it doesn't match this this page's imitation of 3D. So I want to select here and let's -64 we use there, so -64, and now if we go back to our, okay, now it matches. So you might want to use this depending on whether you are changing your floor or not. I'm going to remove this effect and I'm going to close this one and this one. So yeah, back, and this is it for the changes of the project. Now we have a plane and the rainbow. The plane is the animation that you see in a part of the project. You can disable all of this if you don't want to use this element. Rainbow is the same. It's upside down actually here because it's going to be reverted in the page. So if you don't like the rainbow, you can disable it as well, and you won't see it in the project. You can also check the system that I made to add these two elements, so you can add different elements to the other backgrounds. And then we have sky 1, which is the only sky we have, but it's here to increase the possibilities to create something different. So if you want to have one sky in one page and a different sky in the other page, all you have to do is duplicate this this layer, this composition, sorry, make all the changes that are necessary, and then drag this sky that you created to the page that you want to change. That will check it's in this folder here. Okay, so this is one of the options as well. Let's delete it, and that's it for other elements. Okay, so a very basic one is the frame color, which is the color that we see on our frames. Frame color, just open the composition, and whichever color you put here, will appear on the book. Okay, so it will replace instantly every frame color. So that's what it does. Control Z, undo that. Okay, and now environment elements. What we have here in the environment is the wall and the floor elements. So you might want to change the texture of the wall. You can bring your own texture here. You can adjust the colors to a color that you prefer. And all I did was use the actual effect that I have here to change the color, because the original one is this color. You can check the link inside the project folder. So I wanted to change to blue, but you can use whatever color you like. And the floor, it's the same. Okay, you can apply a color correction as well here. So you in saturation and make the floor with a different color. and it will automatically adjust it. You can also bring a different texture here of a different floor, or whatever texture you want to use in your project. And here are the placeholders for the two textures. Okay, so you can easily replace, like we did with the photo, sorry. And there we go. Okay, so now book. The book folder contains the book itself, which we have here and here, and then it contains every page of that contains the book. So if we open the book, we are going to see that it contains the pages. It's an unfinished book. It is finished here in this main composition with all the elements and the 3D look, because in here it just looks well, this is kind of the starting point and then need to add more elements and elements to look more fun and realistic. So in extending the project, you might want to use this composition, otherwise it will not be in use. And cover, you can change all the elements in your cover. I was talking earlier that there was another way of changing the title, that it was something like this. We could go to S for scale and just scale it down, and it would correct it, but we did it in a different way. You can still apply here. Your photo with a mask, you can disable all the elements here, or you can replace them. You can change the position of every element if you want to, let's say, put it from the back. Where's the palm tree? Right on the bottom. Here's we had the sun hiding. Well, it's up to your imagination to rearrange or leave it as it is for the cover. And then we have page 1, which is where we have the animation of the elements. Let's open, I think it's page 3. No, page 4. Yeah. So if you want to, we already saw a way of disabling the rainbow. You can disable it here as well. Let's say that in these compositions you have total control on whether to place your assets. Let's say that you want to replace the rainbow with something else. You could do it here. Just drag your element holding Alt, and the rainbow would be replaced. You can add to other pages as well. You can put the rainbow in all the pages, etc., etc. And you can also go to frames, change the position of every element here. Sorry. Regarding this changing of positions, I only give I don't know, concern or tip, or call it whatever, which is when we make the animations, you see that not all of them are in the same timing, so it looks more realistic, but this will cause maybe a problem, maybe. And I'm going to give you an example. If, let's say, I haven't checked here, but let's say that I put this photo in front of the board, well, actually it will not give me, but let's say that I wanted to put it here. So if I do that in some point, no, we are lucky here, or unlucky, because I wanted to show you. Let's be more aggressive, right there. Yeah, see, now the board is ripping the placeholder apart. So this is the only concern that we must have. If this happens, you can always correcting by going to the rotation and changing the timings of the rotation, but it's one thing that we should have in mind. I'm gonna undo, so we have everything in place. And of course you can add more placeholders, more photos, more whatever you like. So in here you have full control of everything, and I think that we are at the end of this tutorial. Let's just recapitalize. Okay, so we saw all the pages and the cover, environment elements, frame color, other elements, the photos and the text, the assets, which were the graphics that we used. Oh, let's just say regarding these assets, let's just say that we want to, so in this case I only have a kid, I only have a son, and I wanted to make a version for girl, so I had to go to more files and search for girl photos. Well, let's say that you have two and you want to have a page for a boy and then you want to have a page for a girl. Okay, so our second page would be for the girl. So first element that I want to change would be the boy number 2, which is the boy for the second page. So I'm gonna go to right click, replace footage file, and I'm gonna use girl number 2. Okay, so this is one of the elements changed. Now I would want, so this is placeholder 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So we go to our photos, go to our frames, and so 2, 3 for the first, 4, yeah. So I'd go to frame 4, because I only want to change the color of these individual frames. I don't want to change for the whole project. And we are just pretending here that we are customizing for a girl, because he's not a girl. But okay, so let's apply a color effect here, and let's put this, what am I looking for, yeah, pink. Okay, so minus 36. Oh no, I'm gonna 8, copy, and 5, 7. Okay, so frame color, I'm gonna control V, colorize, 74. Okay, frame 6, control V, colorize, 74. What I'm doing, just pasting the effect and placing the number of the first one that we changed. So now if we go back, we have page number 1 with our boy, and page number 2 would be with the girl elements. I don't know how you want to do with the wall. You just have to choose a color that maybe matches the both. I doubt that you want to divide pink and blue, but it's an idea as well, but no, I don't think it would look nice. Probably go to a neutral color, and if we go to the next page, then we would have the boy, and then if we wanted to have the girl again, or if you want to have one with both of them, and we wanted this blue, this pink, this green, this yellow, this is the way to quickly do it without messing the project. and I get to show this part of replacing assets. Of course, you can change the elements if you don't like these cartoons, which are great, designed by Pixadon. You can find a link in the project and in the items description. But suppose that you don't like it, you can replace it by your own cartoon or photo or whatever that you like. And now we're finished. Okay. So I think I covered. Well, I'm sure I covered the basic customization steps, and what I wanted to say is I think that I covered most of the elements that we can change in the project, if not all of them. Anyway, if you have any questions, any doubts, any problems customizing the template, drop me a line. I will do the best I can to help you. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and thanks for purchasing the template. Really appreciate the support, and hope you enjoy it. Hope your clients or your friends and your family like the project, and will give you a cheers. Hey, a great video you have here. That's my wishes. So thanks again. My name is Roberto Jorge.